We all set?
You are set to go.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our ACF confirmation hearing. I'm Senator Jim Dill, Chair of the ACF Committee. And I want to say welcome, everybody. And we will do introductions first, and then we'll get right into our confirmation hearing. House Chair, Representative O'Neill.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Maggie O'Neill, and I represent House District 15, which is in Saco.
Representative Hall.
Good morning, Randy Hall, District 114, representing 6 towns in southern Franklin County.
Representative Pluker.
Hi, I'm Bill Pluker, coming from the Greenhouse, House District 95, Warren, Hope, Appleton, Party Union. Thank you.
Representative Underwood.
I'm Joseph Underwood from Presque Isle, District 147. Good morning, everybody.
Representative McCray.
Yes, good morning, folks. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am coming to you from the Great White North, also known as the county. I'm in my home in Fort Fairfield. I represent the people of District 148, and good morning, everyone.
And Senator Maxman.
Hi there. My internet's being really bad right now, but my name's Chloe Maxman. I represent Senate District 13, which is Lincoln County plus the town.
You're right. Your internet is being bad. Representative Bernard.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sue Bernard, and I represent District number 149, which is Caribou, Westmanland, and New Sweden.
Right, and as I mentioned, I'm Jim Dill. I represent Senate District number 5, Northern Penobscot County. And so with that, we'll go right ahead and get going. Certainly, I see Mr. Ellsworth is here. So I do have a script to read, and I will read through it. This is a public hearing of the Joint Standing Committee of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry for the purpose of considering the nomination by the governor of Mr. Perry A. Ellsworth of Strong for appointment to the Maine Land Use Planning Commission. Under the law and joint rules of the legislature, this committee is required to hold the public hearing and to recommend confirmation or denial of the nominee by a majority vote of the committee members present and voting. As chairs of the committee, we will then send written notice of the committee's recommendation to the President of the Senate. The committee will hear testimony from and have an opportunity to question the governor or her representative, the nominee, and any other persons present who wish to speak for or against the nomination. The meeting is currently being live streamed on the committee's YouTube channel. This means anyone who is a participant in the meeting via Zoom can be seen and also heard if their microphone is unmuted. People testifying cannot be seen or heard until they are called upon to speak. This meeting will be recorded and available to view on the committee's YouTube channel soon after the meeting has concluded. With that, pursuant to Title 3, Section 157 of the Maine statutes requires there be an affirmative motion to recommend confirmation of the nominee. The chair recognizes Representative O'Neill to make that nomination.
I make that motion, Mr. Chair.
All right, it's been moved by Representative Neal with the Joint Standing Committee on Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry recommend confirmation of Mr. Perry A. Ellsworth of Strong for appointment to the Land Use Planning Commission. With that, I will turn to Melissa O'Neill Lowe. Good morning.
Morning, Senator Dill, Representative O'Neill, and distinguished members of the Joint Standing Committee on Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry. My name is Melissa O'Neill Lowe, and I'm the Director of Boards and Commissions for Governor Janet Mills. I'm here today on behalf of the governor to speak in support of the nomination of Perry Ellsworth of Strong as a member of the Land Use Planning Commission. Maine's Land Use Planning Commission can be found in Maine Revised Statutes under Title 12, Chapter 10, Section 1002. The board consists of 9 members, 1 of whom is appointed by the governor. The remaining 8 members are appointed by the commissioners of the 8 Maine counties with the most forest acreage, including the counties of Aroostook, Piscataquis, Somerset, Franklin, Hancock, Penobscot, Washington, and Oxford. Perry Ellsworth of Strong is being nominated to seat number 1, which was recently vacated, and requires that the nominee be a non-state employee who is familiar with the needs and issues affecting the commission's jurisdiction. Mr. Ellsworth comes before you today with a background in municipal government, having been a town manager in rural communities such as Rangeley, as well as having served on multiple municipal and county posts throughout his years of service. He is familiar with planning and zoning requirements in unorganized and deorganized territories, which lends itself in assisting in land use, development, and the conservation protection of those lands, and how difficult it can sometimes be to do so, while still remaining committed to Maine and to those who enjoy the outdoor recreational areas of our beautiful state, including hunting, fishing, boating, hiking, and camping, just to name a few. He is a proven administrator with a deep understanding of budget and oversight, tax increment financing, and project management. He has worked in the paper industry and most recently retired from his post as town manager of South Berwick before returning to Strong. Mr. Ellsworth's his deep-seated desire to participate in the oversight of the development of Maine's unorganized territories that surround his hometown, paired with his deep understanding of municipal government planning and development, make him a natural fit for this appointment, where he will be able to encourage and support the mission of the Land Use Planning Commission. It is for these reasons this morning outlined here that on behalf of the governor, I would ask that you support the nomination of Mr. Perry Ellsworth of Strong to the Land Use Planning Commission. Thank you for your time this morning. I would be happy to answer any questions that anybody might have.
Thank you. Are there any questions? All
Thank you.
right. Yep. Okay, the chair now recognizes Mr. Perry A. Ellsworth for the purpose of making a statement concerning his nomination.
Thank you, Senator Dill and Representative O'Neill and members of the Agricultural Committee. My name is Perry Ellsworth from Strong, Maine, and I am here today to discuss with you my nomination to the Land Use Planning Commission. My background in code enforcement, planning boards engagement, writing ordinances, and TIF management have prepared me for this appointment. I have lived most of my life living adjacent to the unorganized territories, having lived in Salem, Maine as a youngster, Eustis, Maine, where I graduated from Stratton High School, and Portage Lake, Maine, where I worked as a woods boss during the early 70s budworm crisis. I have worked in the past as a supervisor for Hammer Mill Papers and International Papers in their woodlands divisions, overseeing wood operations in the unorganized territories, and later as a woodyard supervisor at the J Mill, while working closely with the Woodlands Department. I've also worked with county government as a chair of the Franklin County Budget Committee for multiple years, while my 7-year elected term as a selectman for the town of Strong. I continue in my retirement to be associated with county government as a member of the Maine Town and City County Management Association Executive Board, and as the Maine Senior Advisor to town, city, and county managers throughout the through the International City Managers Association. I have an in-depth knowledge of how to put together projects and have overseen many projects that have environmental concerns and have been multi-million-dollar projects that required input and oversight locally and by the state. My association and chairmanship of the Southern Maine Planning and Development Corporation broadened my experiences with ordinance writing and planning boards and development activities in environmentally sensitive areas. I have a strong desire to participate in the oversight and development of the unorganized territories that surround my hometown, and hope that I have the opportunity to give back to the state of Maine after my retirement from municipal government. I ask that you support my appointment to the Land Use Planning Commission. Thank you, and I'm open to any questions you may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Ellsworth? Yes, Representative Underwood.
Yes, Mr. Ellsworth, basically just one in that. What is a tax increment financing and how does it work? please.
Tax increment financing is where a TIF zone is established, and portions of the tax base may be returned to the individuals who are applying for growth there.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? All right, seeing none, I will move on to statements from the floor. Cheryl, would you let in Tom Saviello, please?
Yes, I will.
Chair will now take comments from persons attending this hearing who wish to speak for or against this nomination. All right, I kind of see you. I see you top of your head anyway, Mr. Saviello. There we go.
Any better?
Maybe it was better just seeing the top of your head. I don't know. So
I didn't wear my old gray sweater. You guys made fun of it the last time.
what can I say?
Yeah, what can I say?
Okay, so state your name and place of residence prior to presenting your testimony. Only comments concerning the suitability of this particular nominee for this particular position will be considered in order. All the comments will be considered out of order. After you are done speaking and there are no more questions from the members, you will be returned to attendee status and the next person will be called if there is one. So please go ahead.
Thanks. Thank you, Senator Dill. By the way, I only see the top of your head too.
That's all right.
Chairman Dill and Chairman O'Neill, members of the committee. I think most of you know I'm Tom Saviello. I am a retired state senator. And yes, I think I'm really close to retiring. I live in Wilton, and today I'm representing myself and testifying in favor of my friend, Perry Ellsworth. I hope you don't hold that against him, because he is an exceptional person to step on to LUPC and bring his unique perspective to that group. First and foremost, I've known Perry for 30 years. We worked together at the Androscoggin Mill and while he was in the Woodlands division of International Paper Company. I worked together when he was a select person for the town of Strong when I was a representative for that area. And I worked together with him very closely when he was a town manager in Rangeley and I was serving as the state senator. He knows Western Maine area like the back of his hand. And clearly in his testimony, you know that he knows what the unorganized territories are and how important they are to the people of Maine. He has a deep understanding of these lands and why they're important. In preparing this testimony, I looked at the goals we set for LUPC when I was in the legislature. There were things like, and I won't read all of them, I'll just read a few of them. One was prevent residential, recreational, commercial, and industrial uses detrimental to the long-term health and care of these areas. He understands that. Prevent the development of these areas of substantial structures that are located close to water. But at the same time, more importantly, he encourages the appropriate residential, recreational, commercial, and industrial land for those people, honoring the rights and privileges of those people who live in the area. He can make hard decisions and say no. I know that for a fact. And he can make the easy decisions and say yes. He's the kind of person that we want to have serving the state of Maine, as he understands the balance that needs to be made between the UT, unorganized territories, and those for future, and make sure they're available for future generation. We as a state are really fortunate to have someone like Perry to step forward to serve the state. I hope you will unanimously support his nomination, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony this morning.
Thank you.
Cheryl, is that all we have for folks? Okay. All public comments having been taken, the committee will proceed as follows. We will vote on the nomination and notify the President of the Senate pursuant to Title III MRSA, Section 157, and the joint rules. The hearing by the Joint Standing Committee of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry for Mr. Perry A. Ellsworth of Strong for appointment to the Land Use Planning Commission is closed. In accordance with the law, the committee may not take the vote for this nomination sooner than 15 minutes after the close. Does anyone have a problem with us taking it immediately? All right, seeing none. The pending question before the committee is that the Joint Standing Committee on Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry recommend to the Senate of the 130th Maine Legislature that the nomination of Mr. Perry A. Ellsworth of Strong for appointment to the Maine Land Use Planning Commission be confirmed. In accordance with 3 MRSA Chapter 6, Section 157, with the joint rules of the 130th Legislature, the vote will be taken by the yeas and nays. A vote of yes will be in favor of recommending the confirmation, and a vote of no will be against recommending the confirmation. Is the committee ready for the vote? Okay, Cheryl, please call the roll.
Yes. Confirmation of Perry A. Ellsworth, Senator James Dill.
Yes.
Senator James Dill, yes. Senator Russell Black, absent. Senator Chloe Maxman. Senator Chloe Maxman, yes. Representative Margaret O'Neill.
Yes.
Representative Margaret O'Neill, yes. Representative Randy Hall.
Mr. Ellsworth being a constituent of mine, a definite yes.
Representative Randall Hall, yes. Representative Susan Bernard.
Yes.
Representative Susan Bernard, yes. Representative Lori Osher, absent. Representative Thomas Schofield, absent. Representative Joseph Underwood.
Yes.
Representative Joseph Underwood, yes. Representative Scott Landry, absent. Representative David McCray.
Yes.
Representative David McCray, yes. Representative Bill Pluker.
Yes.
Representative Bill Pluker, yes. Representative Jeffrey Gifford, absent. 8 yes and 5 absent. Confirmation is yes.
8 members of the committee having voted in the affirmative and none in the negative, and 5 being absent, is the vote of the Joint Standing Committee on Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry that the nomination of Mr. Perry A. Ellsworth of Strong for appointment to Land Use Planning Commission be confirmed. Congratulations. Cheryl, do we have
Yes.
do you have
I
anything
can-
else for us?
Just a reminder to Representative O'Neill and Representative McCray, I sent you an email earlier today, if you could answer that back. And also, I'm leaving Representative O'Neill at 4, so if I could see you before 4, that would be awesome.
Cheryl, I think I took care of that this morning, I think.
You did, but it didn't say the ought to pass as amended B, and I need to have that in the email, so I sent you a newbie.
Okay, thank you so
And it's got
much.
an exclamation point on it, so look
It's
for
good
that
of you to
one.
take care of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, anything else, Cheryl?
That is it.
All right, well, I think, even though I said this before, I think this is our last committee meeting, but who knows? Anyway, thank you all for the session this past 2 years. And can I have a motion to adjourn, please? Representative Bernard, and seconded by Representative O'Neill. All in favor? None opposed. Thank you all.
Thank you
Take
all.
me up to
also.
Lakewood Golf Course.
Yeah.
So we meet again. Yeah, have a
Hey,
good
Perry,
weekend.
Golfing.
Perry, give me a call.
I will.
Thank you, committee.
Bye.
Yep, bye.